Well, hello, Sagittarius. Like I said, I'm doing your readings in the afternoons now, and my readings are not time dependent. So, yes, time is fluid. Welcome to Saged Muse. Thank you for all your kind words. Y'all really keep me going because I actually nothing makes me feel as normal as shuffling the cards and tarot. That really speaks to, we all should do what we love to do, and we all should follow our calling, whatever that is. And everything helps. All work is worthwhile. Gosh, let me stop. I was just on my phone sending messages, sending encouraging messages, particularly, sayings and quotes for a friend, because we all have bad days, right? And just remember that we all have bad days. So here, this is, and you'll have to let me know if you like this reading. It may or may not apply to you, but this is a reading that's kind of like the curveball, but not exactly. And we're calling it What Had Happened Was. And this is really about a situation. So, yeah, let me know. Even if you didn't like it, without being like excessively negative, let me know what you thought, okay? Okay, let's get into it. We're starting with the oracles, and it just, it feels like there is a situation here, whether this is work, this is a partnership of some kind. I can tell you that. And it is something that you put a lot of time into, and you learned a whole lot from it. That it's not like empty, like you just wasted your time. There's no wasting your time. It just, at this point in the game, there is a feeling that it's, not going anywhere, or that's how you have been feeling. That the situation just, hasn't been changing. And what's interesting is that you have 666 here, which I believe is intuition in the angel numbers. If I'm wrong, let me know. Actually, all the corners are sixes, right? Could also be movement if you're talking about tarot. Interesting. So, but let me just say that you really put time into this. So that might be why you are not really sure. But all you know is that the situation hasn't changed. And that is actually has to do with another person, even you considering breaking yourself free from it. But something about it is changing. And this other person, I feel, especially if you're working with a partner, they tend to do things by themselves. They could do this whole, running thing, but it definitely is someone who bucks authority. And that can be a problem because we need structure, right? I would say that this is a person who isn't really about that. Maybe they're the creative side of things. But it just has been very difficult for you, because of this. And there is like creativity in the center of this. This would have been something creative for sure. So interesting. And here's the flag. At one point, the flag is being waved, and there is success here. And I would say, because we see on the bottom, which that's what's rising, that's where this is headed, is achievement, is olive branch, is autumn. There's a lot here about timing. God, then there's winter, and scuba diver, which is about going within. which kind of is very much a hangman energy for me. You know, it does feel like over time, whatever this person comes to you with, this olive branch, whether it's a conversation, an apology, or, you know, it does feel like there's this coming together to discuss terms, and it may involve compromise. Maybe it involves compromise on both parts, you know, and this takes place over a lot of time. I will tell you that. I mean, like, the conversation may be coming soon, but this whole progression of this moves all the way up to the winter, to 12 months from now. To 12 months from now. You know, it's interesting. So we have things working out. Another 6. So many 6s. And a Dear John letter. And repair. Yeah, like, it does feel like there was some communication that maybe caused this whole thing. That has to be repaired. But, you know, there is a sense of coming to terms with this person. And there being success, you know. I don't feel like this person is used to working with others. But let's get some more answers from the tarot. So, Sagittarius, why is this important for you to know? That's the question of the hour, right? And we are gonna, let's just arrange these better, because the whole story is coming out here. So why this is important for you to know is that because if you've been wondering about moving on from this or staying in, there is, you know, this will be really important towards your decision. You know, it's been feeling stuck. 8 of Swords, right? With the Ace of Wands, that is like restrictions are being lifted. The stuckness of it all is being lifted, and things are really starting to work, right? But maybe it is that, you know, the way that it was working, the way something was being done wasn't working. Because there's a whole new way coming, is what I see. Because the 2 of Wands is here with the 2 of Swords reversed, which really says you're working things out, you know, making decisions, and the whole, particularly about things that haven't changed, like death reversed, like holding on to, we're not going to hold on to whatever the problems are, for one thing, and we're going to work towards making things work out. Maybe even planning, you know, the new path, which is the 2 of Wands. You know, 2 of Wands tells us this way or that way. It's about the future. And so, you know, you definitely are working out the kinks here. And I actually really like this. And coming together, maybe there's not so much separation between you and this person. Even though it does feel, actually, Sag, like you might be the logical one in this situation, which is something we don't run into very much, right? But it definitely does. And so a coming together of someone who works the opposite way is really something. And I feel like there's a lot here, because whatever this is that you bring to the table here, you take very seriously. And so, you know, it can, like, that can cause for us to, especially when we want to succeed at things, to forget our nonconformity, or forget that, you know, sometimes we have to be open to a different way or a different idea. And I feel like that's what's happening. But there's a rectifying of the situation happening. There's a coming together over conflict. 4 of Wands, 5 of Swords, 7 of Wands. You know, There definitely is a coming together and a need for you to know what your know where you stand on everything. That's the Seven of Wands, particularly that may have caused the rift, right? With the Five of Swords, because in the Five of Swords, we're walking away. We're all like committed towards winning, and so if you know what your position is, what you can compromise on and what you're not willing to compromise on, that can be very helpful towards the conflict and to come together even. Yeah, Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords, Two of Cups. So definitely having this conversation where we come together and get on the same page. I love this. I love this. Sagittarius. This was a beautiful reading, a little different. We're going to get some advice for you. And then we're going to get Spirit's final words, of course. Well, it's kind of like you're being really called to remember how much you have shared with this person. The Star, the King of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Six of Cups. Like, it feels like you've known this person for a while. And it also says that, opening yourself up to this dream is moving in the right direction. Yes, there are details that have to be worked through, but you have to come at it from a place of healing. Not a place of like continuing the fight, you know what I mean? Oh, I love that. And let yourself be inspired. Nine of Pentacles on the bottom. So this very well may be a business partnership or some sort of thing for money and resources. And, that's also gratitude, right? Sure is. Wow, I actually love this. So let's see what Spirit wants to tell you. What does Spirit want to tell Sagittarius? Spirit. Definitely on the bottom, they're telling you not to dwell on things that hurt. Okay. Words of wisdom for Sagittarius. Oh, that wanted to come out, Sag. Wow, a lot. I think that Spirit would be sitting down and having a conversation with you. A long one. Okay. The eclipse of concealment. Understanding what is hidden. Like, okay. What you want is possible is what they're telling you. Even though you can't really see the commitment at this point, maybe you can't see your own, maybe you can't see the other person's, you will get a lot of clarity in this pause and things. Okay, that's a whole lot of Spirit saying to you, I said what I said, and I'm telling you to allow this moment. Allow this moment, Sag. So I hope this really helped you, and I will speak to you soon. Toodles.